Well, hello, Jets fans. This is GreenBean, and welcome back to another late night vlog. Here we go. Shit's about to get real. This is the week where the New York Jets have to make a real statement. Sure. Winning our first divisional game in what feels like a decade a couple weeks ago against the Miami Dolphins, that was a big deal. No doubt about it. Going into Green Bay, into Lambeau Field, and beating Aaron Rodgers and the Packers was a big deal. Statement. Following that up by heading out to Denver, a place where we traditionally don't do very well, for a second straight road trip, and coming out of there with a victory, all the while losing our number one running back, our probably best player on the offense, AVT. We also lost starting wide receiver Corey Davis, John Franklin Myers. I heard some other guys' feelings were hurt. Oh, yeah. Other starting wide receiver Elijah Moore. That was a big deal, too. Don't get me wrong. They are. But this is the week that the Jets have to show if they can overcome the main hurdle and not be the same old Jets and head towards what would really look like some changing, some legitimate changing. This is Patriot Week. This is the first crack we get for Robert Saleh, Mike LaFleur, and the rest to get some recompense from what the hell happened last year. 4 picks for Zach in the home opener, 54-3 in New England, where Bill Belichick, if we had another 10 minutes, we would have had 70. He would have ran it up as long as he could, as many points as he could. This is the week Robert Saleh takes a significantly improved team into his own house after those road trips, welcomes in the hoodie, and says, enough. The place is going to be sold out. Madness will ensue. Fireman Ed will lead the chant of all you crazy Jets fans in our house at MetLife Stadium. This is the week that we make a statement, or we delay it a little bit. It could go one. We can be 6-2, or we could go into Buffalo with our tail between our legs, bloodied, battered, bruised, and maybe end this beautiful first half of the season at 5-4. So there's a lot riding on this one. Guys, this is a big one, and we need to take a look at what the Patriots are bringing to the table. What are they? What do they look like? They're 3-4. Does that mean that they're out? Does that mean that they're a wounded duck and we just got to kick it? I don't know. We're going to get into that, the 2 specifics, right after I just say a little thing that you've probably heard me say before. But for all of you people who've never been here before, welcome. We like to ask you to hit that little thumbs up button. It helps the channel a great deal, more than you think. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time. Look right below the video. There's a rectangle, red, it says subscribe. Click it. I am grateful. I thank you. It is a wonderful thing to do. With all of that behind us, we're going to talk about what could be the most important aspect of this game. Who the hell is Bill Belichick going to bring at quarterback? Well, we learned a little bit today. He said that it's going to be Mac Jones. Really? Interesting. New England Patriots Nation was all Baily Zappe'd out. Very similar to something else that sounded familiar a couple weeks ago. Skylar Thompson. Remember? Kenny Pickett. Remember? All these guys super excited. This is the guy. Last week, we had people polluting our live stream chat, saying it's ripping time. Ripping, going to rip it. Everybody's excited about their young quarterbacks, their backups, all that kind of stuff. New England is just as excited about Baily Zappe. But last week, it didn't go so well. Bailey Zappe had himself a difficult day. Mac Jones started the game, threw a pick. I think he had 3 passes. Bill Belichick said, out. Put Bailey Zappe in. He looked good for a minute and then just completely degraded before our eyes. And the Chicago Bears wiped the floor with the New England Patriots, in large part, because Bailey Zappe couldn't do much. So you'd think, I get he had the tough game. I understand. But Bill Belichick decides we're going back to Mac Jones. Back to Mac. So is that good? Is it bad? What does it mean? Does it even mean that Mac Jones is going to play the whole game? The really interesting thing is we have no friggin' idea. Bill Belichick's all over the place right now. And that could be looked at as confusion, panic, madness. He's got defensive coordinators calling his plays on the offense. We got special teams coaches doing defensive stuff. We got all sorts of craziness up there. Now, is it confusion? Is it Bill Belichick losing his marbles? Crumbling before our eyes? Or is he just spinning wheels to confuse the living hell out of a team that over the past 2 decades has been able to spin like tops? Ghosts, butt fumbles, 54-3. It goes on and on and on. Bill Belichick has been able to stymie this organization outside of one little blip of time where Rex Ryan was 3-2. That guy. He was 3-2 against Bill Belichick, highlighted by the 2010 playoffs up in New England, where we can't wait at them and got out of there. Since then, I think we've beaten them once. Todd Bowles in the overtime debacle where the Patriots won the toss and decided by mistake to kick it off. Without that, we don't know. We don't know if we would have been able to win it. We did, Eric Decker, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, he's been able to confuse the living hell out of us. So now he says, you know what? We're going back to Mac. Mac Jones did very well against the Jets last year. I believe in Mac Jones. Maybe he's doing that so we only prepare for Mac Jones. Maybe he's doing it so we have to spend time on both. Maybe he's going to tell us Mac Jones is starting. We think that's the way, and he just rolls out with Bailey Zappe. Maybe. We don't know. But let's assume for a second it is Mac Jones. How's Mac Jones doing this year? Well, Mac Jones, for the entire season, has 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 199 points per game average. His best game, was 321 yards, 0 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns against the Baltimore Ravens. Not bad. Not a bad game. 321. What's that? What must that be like? We don't know. But Mac Jones did it. Now, other than that, not too good. That was the only game he threw any interceptions in. Now, he's played in 4 games this year, and that's all he's been able to do. But what about Bailey Zappe? What's Bailey Zappe done this year? Well, Bailey Zappe has, in addition to causing all sorts of crazy excitement, has thrown 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 195 yards per game average. His best game was 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 picks against the Cleveland Browns. We know. He threw a whole bunch of picks against the Bears last week. So what do we want? Well, look, the Jets' D is 3rd in rushing yards per average with 3.9 yards a carry. Now, the Patriots are averaging 4.9 yards a carry on their rushing side. So they're going to try to take the heat off of Mac Jones and or Bailey Zappe, and they're going to try to run it. The Jets happen to be very strong, 3rd in the league. And we're also 11th in the league for yards per game at 105 yards. We're 10th in points per game given, 19.6. We're 11th in turnovers, 15 sacks. So if it's Mac Jones and he hasn't been able to throw more than 2 touchdowns, Bailey Zappe's thrown 5, but he's had his interception problems. Does it really matter who the Patriots roll out? Are we going to fare better against one than the other? Either way, you got 2 young guys that have proven they get confused. They're in danger of really overturning the apple cart here. So it's Mac Jones for today. And it could be Baily Zappe on Sunday. We just don't know. And the honest truth is, and Robert Saleh would tell you if he told us anything, he doesn't even care which one it is. The Patriots offense is the Patriots offense. They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to give their quarterbacks as much time as they can, with the heat being taken off of them with the running game. And if we stop that, it's going to be difficult for them. It's the same thing with Brett Rippon. You got to make that guy try to beat you. Now, the other interesting wrinkle is their offensive line looks like it might be beat up. 3 of their starting offensive linemen are questionable this week, with David Andrews, the center, being in the concussion protocol right now. Now, we don't know where that's going to end up, but 3 of their guys are questionable. Now, they might all play, but they're all dinged up. Now, let me tell you, if their center can't play, it's going to be a rough day. Quinnen Williams on the inside has the potential of absolutely terrorizing whoever it is. So here's the statement. Mac Jones, Baily Zappe, it really doesn't matter at this point. The Jets are going into this game to do one thing: pressure the living hell out of whoever it is that the Patriots roll out. And in my opinion, I'm going to tell you what I really think Robert Saleh and company want to do is absolutely batter their offense and score as many points as they possibly can. If they can get up to 100, they would. That's what I think is going to happen. Let me know, does the idea of Mac Jones starting freak you out? After throwing 3 passes and a pick, and Bill Belichick says, no, we're going back to Mac Jones. What is he doing? Does it freak you out? Or are you like, doesn't matter. I don't care. Let it be Baily Zappe. Let it be Mac Jones. We're going to crush either one of them. I can't wait to hear what you think in the comment section. Let me know. And with all that said, guys, let's ride this week. Another AFC Defensive Player of the Week in Sauce Gardner. He's probably going to win Rookie of the Week as well. We are riding high with our young players. Let's ride that right into MetLife and kick the living hell out of the Patriots for the first time in a long time. Have a great night, everybody. Go Jets.